Well, Dragonball Z Battle of the Gods is finally out in Japan. It came out, I believe, just a couple of days ago. And yeah, so people have already now translated it into English. And there are a few ways to watch it online that some may call illegal, some may call you just stumbled upon something. But anyway, today we're going to just talk about the review. So today I'm going to do, the first part is going to be a spoil-free review, as spoil-free as I can be about this. Now, I might drop a name or something or whatever, but like, I'm not going to spoil battles or anything like that or what happened. So let me do this, and then I'll have a thing coming up saying spoiler, and then at that point I'm going to talk about the actual movie and what's in it. But let's just talk about it in general. This is probably not even close to my favorite Dragon Ball Z movie, like one of the movies. So this is the 14th one officially. There's like specials and stuff, but and especially if you count the history of Trunks and Bardock, which I would say are two of the actual better ones that kind of shed light on actual kind of canon parts of the universe. This is kind of a lower one. I have a few that I really like. The third Broly movie, I really like Android 13 or the um what's the other one called? The Tree of Life. But this one is just above those. Now this is the reason why. First off, there's no fight, and even the first fight is that amazing. There's no fight for 20 minutes. In a Dragon Ball Z movie, that seems insane. Even though this movie is I believe it's over an hour in length, which is insane that Dragon Ball Z movie is that long. The problem just seems to be there isn't enough fighting, but there's a lot of good to this movie. Now, first off, there's a lot of good humor. I actually do like the humor in this. There's weird things that happen that is like hilarious. They also have many nods, things like they have little things about talking about Frieza really quick, or talking about the Saiyans. Even like Vegeta's father, someone makes a small cameo appearance in a flashback. They talk about a lot of things, and there's even kind of things that are foreshadow for the future and stuff, and they talk about. Um, so that's really cool. I mean, there's a lot of cool hints in there, and Emperor Pilaf and other characters make appearances from you in Dragon Ball, so that's cool. Now, the real problem stems from, and I'm not gonna give spoilers, but most of the battles don't last that long. There was obviously gonna be a final battle like usual in a Dragon Ball Z movie, but most of the other battles just don't last that long, and that's the thing. And they're not even that tension. The way they happen is so quick, and it seems so one sided that they're not that much fun. You want, if you want a one sided battle, which I do like those. It's only good usually when the enemy is that, and it's awesome to see Goku, Piccolo, whoever destroying the enemy, and that's always fun. But to see how this happens, it's just not as much fun as a lot of the Dragon Ball Z movies, and that's another problem is that the villain in this, I guess you could call him, doesn't really have any sidekicks, and those are always great because then you get moments with Piccolo and Vegeta. And I mean, the Vegeta does have his moment in this, but Gohan or someone else, like Trunks and them, get their moments to shine because there are weaker enemies that they get to fight. And when it's only the like top one or two, or the, like, Vegeta or Goku are the main strongest people in this, which by the way, I still get Gohan should be stronger, but whatever. And Boo's pretty strong too. But there's no one really besides Goku and Vegeta have big moments in this, in my opinion. So that's kind of a disappointment that just there are smaller villains in this, that to allow other people to kind of beat up on, at least get the fight at a even level. But it's great to see a couple of the characters. Not that much dialogue from Tien, and even Krillin doesn't have that much dialogue. Bulma has a lot compared to a lot of the Z fighters, unfortunately. And but overall, if you are interested in this, go watch it. I don't know. Some people might really love it. It's got an okay review. It's pretty high on IDMB and on stuff like that. So that's kind of my 2 cents without spoilers. Now we're going to spoilers. So let's first off go into one of my favorite kind of moments in there, which is it's basically when I believe her name's Mai puts up the gun to Trunks's head, and then like of course everyone just laughs because it's Trunks, and like, you can never see this like a kid putting a gun to another kid, but of course Trunks can't get hit by a bullet or anything, and Gohan becomes Saiyan Man, and it's kind of funny to see Saiyan Man, and that's a great little nod to the show and stuff. I always love seeing him. And yeah, so that's a great little scene. I also really do enjoy kind of the flashbacks of things, talking about Frieza, talking about, showing Vegeta's father and seeing even though Vegeta. And there's even this kind of, they have the foreshadowing, of course, of Pan, because Videl is now pregnant, and they even use that to obtain the new Super Saiyan state, which I don't really like how they obtain it, because it just sucks that the only way to obtain it would be giving one person power, meaning that Vegeta and Goku both can't have it. Maybe in the future they'll somehow reconcile this so that Vegeta and Goku can both have an even fuse with it and become just a super God Saiyan or some amazing new form. But as is right now, only one Saiyan can become in the Super God mode, and even that form, it just isn't that impressive. I'm not gonna say Super Saiyan 4. I think even to be honest, I like Super Saiyan 4 better. Even the monkey that's when in the giant monkey form and they go Super Saiyan, I think those are just cooler looking forms, and this looks like Kaioken with the red eyes. And even Kaioken I just thought looked better with like a lot of times Goku had the Kaioken with just white eyes, and I think that looks awesome. It just looks like he's going insane. But in this, it just looks okay. And Goku doesn't look that buff or anything. It's just I don't know. I don't really like the God form that much. It just doesn't do that much for me compared to they already have Kaioken, so it looks similar to that. But in my opinion, not even as threatening. Goku just looked more threatening in the first season using Kaioken than he did in this. The villain is okay. I like him and all, but he's more of an anti-hero villain, and that's the problem. Is I wish that they would have had a villain come in here at some point and threaten both of them, and maybe Goku and him teamed up together. But no, it just becomes them fighting. My favorite fight has to be when they go under the ocean and like the god gets mad and the god of destruction gets mad and attacks Goku, and it gets really slow motion for a second and they fight. And it's kind of cool when Goku loses Super Saiyan God mode and this fights in Super Saiyan mode, and I really like that fight. Besides that, though, everything else is just pretty basic. I would say that like the fights like with Janemba and the Dragon Ball Z 12th movie, that way better. God, this is like a way cooler battle, and then even Vegeta comes out at one point. It's just there's some cooler battles in the movies, and especially in the TV show. So this to me is just a lower ranking movie because of that. I love the jokes. I love getting to see Dragon Ball Z again. I probably would love to see it in theaters. I don't know. My friend and me are just disappointed because it's not as good as we think it should be, and I just don't get the martial arts of it. It just has been so lost compared to what it should be. And even this new villain didn't have any like new attacks. He used like kind of a thing that looks like Frieza's attack, and then he kind of used this one attack where he has his purple stuff around him. It's kind of cool. He blasts Majin Buu away and stuff. But it's just kind of ridiculous that everyone's so weak that they can't touch this guy. So it's just like, all right, well, he's obviously not going to destroy Earth because it's there later on. So where's the tension? Like, they're going to have to somehow overcome this, and it's just not even that fun to me. Like, that's the problem. It's just not that much fun when they're doing the fights. And it's just disappointing to see all these characters and wishing that they could. Even Tien gets like a small little fight in the BoJack movie. Tien gets to fight Trunks. That's actually a really cool little fight, and of course Trunks destroys him when he goes Super Saiyan. But that's just still a fun fight, and it just sucks that we can't see Piccolo here pick up any pace. Only Vegeta really, somewhat Gohan for like a second, but only really Vegeta and Goku can even stand up to this guy. Which, by the way, there's like a line, I don't know if it's gonna be translated, where like Roshi says that he's obtained the power Goku has. That doesn't make sense. How could he obtain that power? Like Goku Super Saiyan 3, Vegeta can't become Super Saiyan 3. Obviously Goku is more powerful. I don't know how he did it, but it's also cool to see the nods, like they show Vegeta train in the old capsule from. I guess it doesn't even appear. I don't know. I think it appears briefly in the manga for like a second, but like it's really in the TV show. And that's cool. I'd see that little red room and Vegeta training in there and stuff. Even though you would think he'd be past that by now, because how much could he really be gaining from that training as Super Saiyan state and all of that? But anyway, besides all that nerd stuff, it was a lot of fun. I thought it was funny. It was good to see characters. I just wish they used more. I wish Majin Buu got more to do. Especially since he's a good guy now. It'd be cool to see his dynamic fighting with Gohan or something. The Max having a fight together would be cool. It was just cool to see a lot of characters, and hopefully there are other movies. They do mention that there's other gods of destruction out there, so I'm assuming there'll be more movies and maybe a video game tie-in or something. We'll see. I'm hoping the next movie is more fights and more characters get to fight. I would expect Krillin or even Tien to get to fight, but I think at least Piccolo and Gotenks and like Trunks need to have fights. They need to be able to fight and stand up to someone and fight, because that's the whole point of Dragon Ball Z, is seeing characters fight. And I just expect more from. It's been 13 years, I know, but like, man, watch One Piece or like some of these new animes, Bleach stuff. There's some awesome fights, and these fights just don't compare. They're just not that inventive, I guess would be the good word for it. So hopefully they can go back to the drawing board and make a sequel that's even better. And this is a good start if they really do it, but I just hope for a better middle and end to this new Dragon Ball Z saga. And hopefully we see Pan in the next movie stuff. It should be fun. It would be nice to even see the third one have Oob in it. We never really got to see his character that expanded besides GT. It would be nice to see what the creator actually wanted to do with Oob when he grows up or something. But, to each their own. Some people really like this, some people won't. But that's my review. Hopefully the movie comes out in America. Fox, buy the rights. Do whatever you have to get out here in America. People want to see this movie, and I feel that if some people see this movie beforehand, they may not be as interested when it comes out here, so you're going to lose money the longer you put this off. Anyway, so that's my review for Dragon Ball Z, The Battle of the Gods. My recommendation is, I would say it's a 6 out of 10, honestly. But yeah, so don't just take my word for it. Go watch it if you can find it.